Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, first off, I must apologise for having no video last week. As you may have seen from the community post, or if you've had a look at my Twitter, my monitor has decided that it no longer wants to function correctly as a monitor. Now, I can still see an image, but I have 4 backlight panel strips on the monitor. And one of them has decided it wants to strobe, and that is the third one down out of the 4. So what this means is that whenever I have any image on the screen, video, well, just anything, any image on the screen, one part of the monitor will constantly be flashing at a rate of about, what is this? Looks like it's flashing at about 60 hertz. Which would kind of make sense. So it's flashing at about 60 hertz with a very quick strobe on it. So once per second you're seeing this flash of light. Now you cannot see this flash of light, but I can. And that is why I've been unable to really record videos. But since getting a new monitor is not exactly an easy process, I am recording this video with this really annoying light and this flashing, and I thought for Transport Fever 2 it should be okay. For darker scenes, or for scenes that have a lot more contrast and a lot more difference in the brightness as well, this would be a major problem. Here it's a problem, it's annoying for my eyes, but I should be able to get at least one video done. So as you can see on screen, last time out we created this. It isn't perfect, but it is good enough. Now, in this video, which is going to be a little bit rushed, I will admit, what we're going to do is we're going to connect this over to the plank creation place. What's it called? Woodcutter? It's not really a woodcutter. It's a sawmill, I suppose. The sawmill near Croydon. And from there, we're going to see if we can start getting goods coming into here down a market. So make sure you stay tuned. It should be fairly interesting. And we want to see, quite importantly, can we get the goods coming through really, really quickly? Because if we can, that is going to be really, really nice. Okay, now how do I want to do this? Again, I really do not like this, and I did remove a mod, but it seems like that mod was not the mod that was responsible for this error. So I'm going to have to look and perhaps remove the other mod, which might be this mod here. So I'm going to go ahead and sort that out and see what I can do. But since we are not really building stations today, this should be perfectly okay. So first things first, I just want to check this route, make sure it is fine, and it is. And what I think I would like to do is perhaps just have a little depot here, just for the time being. And the idea behind this depot is that it is just for the trains that run in and out of this area. And the reason I want it here, I mean, I could, if I really wanted, put it right here. Actually, that's probably a better place to put it. Okay, change of plans. I'm going to put the depot over here. So let's go ahead and find a depot. This depot will do. And I'll place that depot in quite nicely. Yeah, just about. Give it a little bit of a gap. So I'll place the depot in right here. Right. So that is now where the trains are going to be coming in and out of. Next up, we need to figure out how to connect up this part of the track. Now, I think it is probably a good idea to connect up the... which one should I connect up? It's a good... I was going to say the bottom one, but maybe that isn't such a... No, the bottom one will do. Right, so we're going to connect up the platform 1, perhaps. The one that has the overhang from the building on it. So that is the platform I'm going to connect. Speeds for this particular one is going to be 50 miles per hour. And as you can see, we've got a few options here. We could just immediately start looking at lifting this up, which is going to be quite a problem. So my thinking on this was, instead of lifting it up, why don't we just tunnel it? So if I go ahead and just do that, just let it go down just a little, there you go, you'll immediately see it tunnels. And as soon as it does that, I can now just straighten this up once again. And we are not going to leave it in a tunnel for too long, but obviously there is going to be some amount of tunneling. So at the moment we've got a tunnel that is a couple of 100 meters, I suppose, now. So we'll just keep running it a few 100 meters. I think that's another 224 meters. And I'm thinking we'll try and lift it up out of here. But before we do that, so I'll just hold it up to there. Before we do that, what I want to do is sort out this side. Now, for this, again, is it possible for me to tunnel this? But this is perhaps going to not work as a tunnel, and indeed it does not. However, that could work as a bridge, because the other option I have is that, and I think that is way too much of a slope for us to be able to effectively do this. So instead, I'm going to break that little bit there and go ahead and create a... Which line do I really... Let's just do it off this line. No, do not go up. Keep that flat. Now, keeping that flat, is that going to be a large enough? It is not. That is not good enough. So we're going to have to bring this down a little. And then after we do that, then we should be able to flatten that out, which we can. There we go. We'll flatten that out. And now comes the difficult part, because obviously we're heading over in that direction. How do we lift this back up to where we need? Because it is a little bit of a problem at this point in time. And certainly, if, as you can see, if we go any lower, sort of, yeah, if we do that, it goes straight into a tunnel, which again, the tunnel is fine for a short period of time. But do I really want it to be a tunnel? Because it is clearly going uphill. Therefore, I need it to somehow make it uphill. Now, the only thing I could do is perhaps run it as a tunnel under here until it crosses 1, 2, 3 roads, and then lift it up. That is the only thing I can think of as a viable tunnel. So let's have a look. So if I did this, and what if I start bringing it upwards as well? Yep, so at the same time, I am lifting it up. So we have a 400 meter tunnel. Where would it want to exit the tunnel? That's the problem. Ah, that is a big problem. Okay, change of plan there. Let's keep that flat. Because it looks like it's going to end up in a tunnel anyway. Indeed it does. Yep, that clearly ends up in a tunnel. So over here we're at... well, it tells us there. Yeah, that's... how long does this tunnel continue for? As we're going uphill, if I do that... Okay! That's sort of what I was after, but that's 800 meters of tunnel. Now, for a train that's 250 meters long, let's say, that isn't exactly a huge amount. It's 3 trains. But do I really want a tunnel that long? Is that something I'm willing to do? Yes. Yes, I think this is going to be something that perhaps needs to be done. Although, let's try and lift this up nice and... Yeah, let's do that as a gentle lift. Get rid of that. No, not that kind of a lift. A very gentle lift, like so. And then I feel like this may still end up in a tunnel. Oh, not quite. Okay, just... It's almost there. I can tell it's almost there. See, there's another tunnel. And where would that come out? So perhaps we tunnel for this amount, and then from there we then try and route upwards, which seems to work. Not that up. Oh no, that's still not. So how has that happened now? Because that is uphill, that isn't... Oh yes, because I suppose all of this is not. So... Oh, this is going to be a lift. There we go. That's better. And now the tunnel comes out. Well, it comes out there, which is sort of okay. That's still an 800 meter tunnel, regardless. That looks like that is about an 800 meter tunnel. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing here, really. Unless I take out this bit as well and try to do that. Well, that's not how it works. Let's try that again. That's because I'm trying to build a road. Let's try that again. There. Up to... Come on. Still an 800 meter tunnel, right? No, actually, that is not. That's more like a... Let's have a look. 650-ish meter? Let's find out. 670. Okay, you know what? Let's take that. That is a tunnel. It's not quite as fancy as the box tunnel. Yes, I still remember that name. Whoever left that, I really appreciate that. And forevermore, it will be called the box tunnel. Let's make this nice and smooth. And now we have a level crossing that we have to sort out. So, I mean, I think that's sort of a valid place for a level crossing. It's clear around the corner. I think that is a valid place for a level crossing. And then we've got to work out a couple of other bits. So, for example, we go this way. I'd like to keep some area for a farm there, but I'd like to have it in such a fashion that we cut fairly close to this so that we can cut into that direction. That's the idea. So there we go. Yeah, something along these lines. And then if I break that and cut straight through here, and then that is now going. Now here comes the hard part. Now what would happen if I try to connect this, try to make this go uphill? not quite that. Yes, yeah, like that. How would that work for us? Yes, I know it will climb up, but there is a point which is about here where it should be okay. Now that is again a fairly long tunnel, but the key part is it misses all this farm area. So what I'm thinking is if I take that and then demolish that, and that, and potentially that, now we should be able to, I'm hoping, make it seem fairly, and make it go fairly flat. And then all we've got to do is break this little corner here, which was my intention, was to cut at that corner, and then just straight line it to there. I mean that it's rolling along the hillside. This isn't exactly the steepest of hills, but that does look like something a railway would do. Rolling along the hillside. What I will say is that I feel like I could, theoretically, if I just do this, could in theory just try and get this to straight line. There we go. That's more like it. So 60. Oh, this is a little bit higher. This is like 69.5, 69.7, 70 just there. Maybe that's a little bit too high for what I was thinking, because this is 70 as well. Maybe that should be slightly lower. Okay. Another slight change in the plan. If I do this and try and keep that somewhere along these lines, how's that going to work for us? Oh no, that isn't going to work, because at this point in time we've had this lifting up the entire way, so that's not right. So we want to try and keep that at 62. See, that's working. So we'll do that, and then how would that work with this? That could do. Now it may seem silly, but what I will then do is I will just, in this case anyway, just going to smooth this out. I think that is going to look much nicer if it's just smoothed out a little, and on this side lower it even further. There we go. Let's just lower this down a little here, and then I'll go back to the smooth tool. Just in this area, just smooth it. There we go. And then up in this area, this is perfectly fine. So it's a bit more like a rolling hill as opposed to a massive cut. And it does look quite nice, because on this side it's not quite as, it's a little bit flat there, whilst up here it clearly goes up the hill that we were trying to avoid. Okay, so that gives us our railway line. I'm still not perfect, not entirely keen on this. The other issue we have is signalling and crossovers. So what I could do, so I could run this. No, let's do this. No, I do not want it to go up. Let's keep that. It's supposed to be going down, but I'm not going to. Let's do this. And then from here, let's tunnel. There we go. That isn't exactly the kind of corner I'm after, but let's try that again. Stay flat. That's good. And then, no, stay flat a little longer. That's good. And then tunnel. Okay, that is better for us because what that then allows us to do is to open up a second line. Now, I believe this is the line I want. Okay, now let's find out exactly how long this tunnel is. So this tunnel is 750 meters here. Not ideal at all. Really, really is not. Why am I double tracking the entire thing? Is that a smart idea? Should I just double track the tunnel? Let's just double track the tunnel, shall we? Although that would be the one part that probably would not be double tracked because that would cost the most money, right? So we would not double track the tunnel. Okay, let's go back on what we've just done. Just thinking logically here. That one there, that's one there, that's one there. The track would split just after the tunnel, i.e. right here. And now we just build this area. So we're just going to continue all the way along until, I suppose we'll do it until the next tunnel. Because now at this point in time we're looking at more rapid expansion. So let's do that. And now we'll have the next bit, which is that there. And there we have it. And then do we want to do it out of here? Another open area, perhaps, maybe that might be a good idea. Well, let's just try. I think this one, I personally think this one's going to be a little bit silly, but if it's possible to fit a train in here, if it is possible to fit a single train in here, and I will slow this one right the way down, then perhaps that could work. Right, next up, some signalling across this. Now, this one we just run a single train. That's fine. This one, we want a signal here. That signal runs through to here. That signal then runs through to when a train's crossed into this section here. Is that long enough for a train? I think so. That then runs all the way to the next tunnel. So that will be this block here. And then you have nothing else that you can do. So then the next signal, someone waits here and you are waiting for to be cleared into this block. So if I put a signal here, that's hopefully a large enough clearance. If it isn't, we'll make it larger. All the way through this, you're cleared into up to that block, and then that is into there. And then if I put another signal here, that's telling us whether we're cleared to come into this block. Okay. And then on this side, nothing, it's single track. Signals not really required. Right. Shall we see if this works? We're about just under half an hour in. I think we have an opportunity to see if this works, and then I can clear up and detail up, and we'll have a ride along in the next video. So let's connect. All right, see, now I'm looking at this. This is not going to work. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back and let's put a temporary one. Right, let's do this. Tracks. Give me another line. I want to keep this line perfectly flat, please. And up to there, and then I will add the building in. Up on a bit of a... Yeah, sure. Is that really what I wanted? It does sort of work. It isn't exactly what I was after, but it does sort of work. That's temporary. That one is temporary. And I will... Oh, well, we have another problem here. Which way the trains go? No, this one cannot be used. Just realised that is not one that can be used. The one that we're going to have to... What is going on here? Why are there all these tiny little bits? What on earth? Look at all of this. Okay, that was strange. I just realised that the one we really want is going to have to be probably out here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is let's make this one a crossover. And then let's do this. Autosave, yes, giving me a fair warning. Let's do that, and a really tight corner, 20 miles per hour. Is that something that will work? I think it should. So like that. And then bits like Railroad Tycoon 2, where you had roundhouses. Obviously in this we do not have a roundhouse, but there, and then just smooth that area out a little. Okay. Do you know what? That is not too bad. That is not too bad at all. As a temporary measure, and as something that we could potentially work with going on in the future. Right. Let's go ahead and get these lines in. So we're looking for FRRA. What is this? This is going to be FRRA. Something wood, but Berwick. I've got Berwick stone because they're all going to Berwick. So this one is going to Croydon. So let's go Croydon wood 001 because we do have other options. Let's colour these maybe in a browny colour. Something like that. A little bit brighter. There we go. A deeper orange. And that is going to be... I say deeper orange. Unfortunately, that right there is where my... colours are not working when my backlight's broken, so I have no idea what that colour is at all. I know it's an orange because I'm just looking sort of through this colour gamut here, or through this colour space, but all of these colours here are just not looking right at all. So if that isn't the colour I think it, in fact, if I do that, I should be able to... There we go. I can now see what the colour is. Yeah, that colour... That colour will do. That colour will do nicely. Right. There is something I do need to do here. We need to have a second platform. I've just realised, because one platform is going to be wood coming back and forth, and the other platform's going to be... Right, okay. Well, that was That was stupid of me. That was not what I'm supposed to do. That's not the one I'm after. Platforms? No, it's not that one. Cargo buildings? That's not that one. Miscellaneous? No, it's not that one. Mad Hatter, where do you put your stuff? And it isn't under Mad Hatter. There we go. Mad Hatter platforms. That is what it's under. Right. There we go. Okay. Much better. Now I should be able to realign this one into platform 1. Yes, I'm fairly happy with that. And then if I now create a new one, FRRA, Downham planks. Downham planks? Downham goods? No, Downham planks. 001. Where have you gone? There you are. And again, I will keep that in. Oh wait, planks will probably be a lighter colour. There we go. Again, I cannot tell what this colour is at all. And I am going to have to stop this video fairly soon, to be honest. Okay, there we go. That is that bit done. Lastly, we need to figure out where in Downham Market they want their goods. And in fact, it's this area here. So if I were to create a drop-off point just here, buildings, freight, truck stop, here we go. Something along these lines. I keep forgetting this is on the wrong side of the road. I'm going to try and flip the road around, but I think that could work that could go really, really wrong. Okay, like so, and then create a new line that starts here and goes here, and that's it. That is all it does. And we shall call it FRRDRS, sure. FRRD Downham goods. Oh wait, it's Downham goods. It's not. It's right. Yes, Downham goods. What colour should the goods ones be? White just is not visible. Grey. There we go. That will do. That will do. That might end up being an oil colour though. Okay, all that is now left to do is to get some things running and give it a go. So let's go for a flat bed. No, let's go for one of those. There we go. 5 of them. So let's go for 10. Send them out and Downham goods. We will actually go forward in time 1 year. Beep beep. We have a whole bunch of trains. Oh, Midland Railway started. Great. Lots of trains here. That's good. We have the Midland Railway. We have all of these. Again, London, Brighton and South. What was it? South something? I don't know. South Coast, maybe. And then, now we need to work this out. So, where's that train? How big is this? 160 meters, is it? No, this is 200 meters. Yeah, this is 200 meters, so we want 200 meter trains. Okay, let's do that. Steam train. We want a goods train. So let's look for a goods train. I mean, that's passenger, never mind. Coal trains around the northeast. Oh, I could attempt using this. I know it's planks, but we could attempt that. These are passengers. These are passengers. I thought so. What else do we have? Again, these two are passenger trains. Well, they worked on a clay line. Interesting. That's it. London, Brighton, South Coast Railway. I was right. It is South Coast. It did, but it came at the cost of having lower traction. Right. Okay. So this could not do freight services. So we need something that could do freight. I like this one. Short distance goods. There we go. 40 miles per hour. Can I get one that perhaps could go a little faster? No. Okay, 40 for this one will do. I'm liking this particular and that particular colour, to be fair. And it's got a really good tractive effort, and that is what I'm looking for. Right, cargo. Yep, this is the bolster wagon we're after. This is it's happening. Mediocre. Where does it go to pour? Oh, it takes a while to get to pour. Okay, so that is going to be the entire train. And so we shall purchase that. And, oh dear, do not replace it. No, 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 no. Do not. What have I done? No, I want this train. No, do not do that. No, I just press that again. It's this one I want to press. Maintenance very high. Set that out on down planks. No, Croydon wood. I could, in theory, I suppose. Could I? Well, why is this lagging so much? Come on, computer, you can do it. Come on, computer, you can do it. There you go. Where are you? I could, in theory, duplicate this train, but send that onto a different route, down on planks, and see what happens. Let's start with that. That's an interesting shot as well. Oh, that's a really interesting. I like the composition on this shot. But how do I make it look better? Perhaps from on top of the hill? Actually, yes, from on top of the hill, that is starting to look quite nice. There we go. There. Again, in the distance, I think I need some more now. I need some more vibrancy now, because all of this looks really good right here. And then as it goes into the distance, it just is starting to lose some of that niceness, I suppose. But there we go. There's a thumbnail. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. And let's have... Okay, so that's... is that train... Yeah, that train's working, and it should be able to do a decent speed. Let's find out. Let's keep that in. Let's pin that one. No, let's not pin. Let's pin that one, shouldn't I said. There we go. See, that does get up to 40, and then this one... Yeah, that does get up to 40, although admittedly that is going downhill, isn't it? This one is the one that's going uphill, so that's going to be an interesting one to watch. In the meantime, let's have a look at how much wood is weighted. Oh my word. Okay. 106, 100... That, at least we know this is going to work. We know that this is... It's going forward. And it is going to do what we want it to do. This is a 240 metre platform. Now, on the way back, this is going to be the struggle. Because that is a fair amount of uphill it needs to do. So let's see what speed it can reach. At the moment, let's follow it. At the speed we're taking it through, it's 30. Okay, no, it is handling itself. It is handling itself. Obviously, top speed we could push here is 50, but it is handling itself at 36, 37. Okay, I'm fairly content with that, with what has happened there. I think that has worked in the way I wanted it to. Right, let's go ahead and get rid of that one, and let's just watch this very quickly. We have the planks. The planks are... It is happening. Now the planks are being created. Now the only thing here is that it takes 2 wood for 1 plank, which is problematic to say the least, because by the time that train comes back, that train needs to be a lot longer, doesn't it? Which means that this platform needs to be a lot longer. Okay. We're always going to have a bottleneck here for the time being. Until I can figure out what to do with this, this is going to be a bottleneck. Because as you can see, look, we are almost out. But I did say that was the reason why I remember now saying that we need the multiple sources of wood. The multiple sources of wood will be able to cope with what is going on here. And as you can see, this is full and it already has another 120, which means technically we could put a second train on this line. It might be worth looking into. To put a second train on this line so that this train can end up being, well, full. How would I do that though? Let me have a quick think on this before we end. If I add a second line here, like this, just up to the bridge, and then see the bridge is expensive, so we're not going to. The bridge isn't going to happen. That line's 40 as well. There we go. So up to the bridge. The bridge is single track, and then after the bridge, I guess we could once again do a bit of a double track here. All the way along this area, through this, and then single tracks itself again. There we go. And then if I just pause this a quick minute and cut that, build that like that, and then build a crossing over at 25. Then put some signalling in. So we have a signal there. We'll have a signal here. Oops. Oh, come on. A signal there. We'll have a signal, well, here. Because at the moment this is clearly on the wrong side. Oh wait, it swapped itself over again. Well, that's just weird. But it's fine. A signal there, and we'll have a signal here. I'm just concerned about this block. Okay, now we'll do that. And then whilst that is leaving, let's go ahead and duplicate that and see what happens. Let's see what happens very quickly on this. I am actually looking away from my screen because that flashing is now really starting to annoy me. I will, hopefully by the time the next video comes out, I should have a replacement monitor. It's just far from ideal. Far from ideal. Right. So, and where's that other train? That other train is on its way back. Oh look, and we have goods. It does work. This is working very nicely. And the flow of goods is pretty good. We should get obviously more, pardon the pun. But everything is going to start. This is going to work. I think this is really going to work, and I was surprised. Where are you going? Are you going to work? Speaking of work. Hannah Stewart. What? You mean like Montana? Never mind. That's I've probably given away my age there, haven't I? Okay, 110 with more being produced, and then you can carry 144, so that's good. And now this is going to be the bottleneck, but with that is where I'm going to end it at this point in time. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. And also, you can find me. I would say I can find me. Yes, I can find me there, but so can you. You can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. And in the next video, we're going to be doing a little bit of detailing. So, for example, just as an example, some of this, which I've not quite got the angle right on at this point in time, but we'll be doing some detailing along this line, and then once we've completed that detailing, I will be doing a ride along, and we'll do a ride along on both parts of the line. And also we'll have a look at how well this line is doing and how it's coping, where it will need to be improved, where we've done pretty much all we can, so on and so forth. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And lastly, I know I've mentioned about subscribing, but I've been taking a look recently at my subscription stats, and most of you are not subscribed. So if you're watching these videos, please do consider subscribing. As many people say, it is free, it doesn't cost you a penny, and you could always change your mind if you do not like the content. But I hope that since you're here watching this, you do like the content, so make sure you do click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Anyway, before I start doing this and spoiling the next video, I'll see you next time.